Oldboy is just so family friendly. If you know, you know. Hey there, cinephiles. Today I wanted to talk about Oldboy and my first time watching it. Oldboy had been re-released in theaters the last month for its 20th anniversary, and well, that was my first time I was able to watch it. Now, I'm sorry, but my first thought after watching this was that I clearly need to see the 2013 version by Spike Lee, but then I saw the trailer for it and I immediately thought, never mind. My second thought after watching Oldboy was that I think this had fallen victim to being overhyped. I recently started getting into Park Chan-wook's filmography, and after watching Decision to Leave, I was excited for the chance to see the Park Chan-wook movie, especially in theaters. And even though I do think Oldboy is a good movie, don't get me wrong, this made me appreciate Decision to Leave more as it is much more refined. It just really shows how experience can help good direction become even better. This does make me more intrigued by Handmaiden though, so maybe that's a future review. But I will say I am very glad I got to experience Oldboy for the first time in theaters. This allowed for some great immersion in the story and gave me the true experience to enjoy the film for the first time. Thankfully, Neon re-released this movie, and more re-releases for not the biggest movies of all time should happen. After the credits rolled, there was even this interview with the director that gave more insight to the movie, and it was nice to have that additional context. Sadly, about a third of the theater left at this point, so they missed out on it, but in general, this is a really cool idea for what is essentially a cult classic in the US. Also, real quick, shout out to Neon, who was able to get an interim agreement with SAG-AFTRA for an upcoming film by being able to agree with their demands, unlike bigger studios. But anyways, getting back to the movie at hand, it follows Dae-soo after being stuck in a hotel room for 15 years. It shows him going on a revenge tour to find the answers of why he was kidnapped, and more importantly, why was he let go. Once again, Park Chan-wook clearly likes to be so stylistic in the sense of letting you know there's a voice behind the camera. Obviously, the most iconic thing from this was the hallway scene to inspire countless other hallway scenes, and although this was really good, Daredevil may have it beat. But I gotta give it to the original. It was really cool to enjoy that side scroller of a scene with some crowd energy. Overall too, the filmmaking was really good, from the structure of the story to the darkly comedic aspects to even the twists and turns that are revealed. It felt like nothing was off limits and no one was safe. With that element of unpredictability and the intriguing story, I see why so many people love this movie. Unfortunately, I was not one of them. I just ended up liking it. I just felt like this movie went on a little too long and wanted to do a little more than it should have. I don't know, there was this element used to reveal something major, and then there was this extra time after it in which I just wanted the film to start to move on from it, but I kind of just felt like it was hanging in the air. And then the final scene happens, and I understand what it was doing, but at that point it felt like a hat on a hat. I guess it doesn't help too that this type of film, a revenge tour, isn't usually my vibe, so I can tend to be more critical of movies that I don't necessarily gravitate towards that have action or twists as the main selling point. That combined with the 2000s grunginess, it just sadly has some stuff that works against my taste. But it is at least a movie that is able to grip me with its interesting enough lead and its connections to the bigger story overall. It really just may come down to taste on how much you enjoy this more than competently made film. And of course, the sensibility of how long you like for a reveal or choice to be shown. I give Oldboy a 3 out of 5 stars. This is just a really solid thriller, and I know its status helped usher in some more South Korean films into the consciousness of the US, so I definitely appreciate its legacy for that. If you like thrillers and crazy twists, then this is definitely something you should check out. I know, I am not the first person ever to say that. But alright, those are my thoughts on Oldboy. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Did you get a chance to watch it in theaters too? Be sure to let us know on our socials. As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Stay tuned for more 80 Films content, and I'll write you later.